everybody, happy Thursday. I know it's been a while since I've talked to you all, so I wanted to just connect and give another mommy update. A lot has happened in our lives and in Ashland's life since the last time I updated you. First of all, he is growing like crazy. So today I went to the baby clinic, which is part of the birthing center, and you can just go in and take your kiddo and they'll weigh him, and you can just talk to the lactation consultant and the nurse and just kind of get their feedback on how things are going. And they weighed him and he is 15 pounds and he's just 3 months old, so he is a big boy and growing very fast. We have our 4-month doctor's appointment coming up next month, so I'm really excited to see where he is on all the percentage scales, his weight and his length and his head circumference, because last time we checked he was in the 91st percentile for his head. So I'm really excited to hear what the doctor says. He's really developed a smile and he started laughing, which is the best ever. He really recognizes us now, which is amazing. It's really rewarding every morning, even in the middle of the night when I wake up. He usually has a big smile with an open mouth and he really reacts to us, so it's so exciting just seeing his development. At this point it feels like every day he's doing something new, which is so cool. He's been making a lot of noises. He does a lot, which is really cute, and really talking, I mean as much as he can, not saying words, but just cooing and little gurgles, and it's so cute, and he can really have a conversation with you. I wish I knew what he was saying, but it's still really fun to be able to talk with him, and just so fun to get to know his personality and see it shining through more and more. I feel like every day something new is about to happen. He's really into his fingers and his hands. He's been putting his hands in his mouth, and he just started sucking his thumb, which we really think is adorable. And I really like, because then he can self-soothe, which is nice. When he's upset, he can use his fingers to comfort himself. And I'm not sure if he's teething. He's really drooly and putting his fingers in his mouth a lot. I know he's a little young, but I guess I developed my first teeth at 4 months, so he could have teeth breaking through in the next month or so, which would be crazy. Those of you who are parents, I'm sure, can attest to how fast it goes, and that's what we hear from so many parents, and it's really true. I can't believe how fast 3 months have gone by, and the growth they go through in this first year is just so incredible. So really seeing him develop even in the last couple weeks. We were gone for 9 days. We went to LA and then New York, which was a big trip. And my mom even said, oh my gosh, he's like a different baby 9 days later when he came home. He had developed so much more, even bigger in size, but just his development with his reactions and the way he's using his hands and talking and laughing, it's really exciting. So that's been really fun for us. So Ashland was a champ on our travels. We went to LA and we're at VidCon, which was so fun. We met a lot of you, and that was really special for us. And it was exciting to introduce him to many of you. I'm sure some of you saw him while he was asleep, because that's what he does best. We had a good friend of ours come with us, and she was our nanny for the trip, so it was really nice just to have someone else there. So sometimes in the mornings he could just be in the hotel room with her getting ready, and I went to a few of Peter's meetings or panels. We also went to Disneyland, so if you didn't see that vlog, that's what I posted last week, so check it out right here. Ashland's first trip to Disneyland, which was kind of crazy taking a 3-month-old, but really he just slept and had a really relaxing day. So we didn't go till about noon and then got home at 8 at night, so we weren't too crazy, but had a really fun day with him. So then we flew from Orange County Airport all the way to Newark, and Ashland did great. It was 6 hours, and he was amazing. He slept and then woke up and we played a little, and he nursed at landing and takeoff, which they say is really good for your baby's ears. We are very blessed with a calm baby, although I think this is the time to travel. This is what I've heard. So moms and dads, just know this is the best time to travel, because he'll just sleep. We actually got one of those things for the plane ride. It's like a sling, and you hook it to the back of the tray table, and then it hooks to my waist, and it's literally like a little hammock, and he sits in it and can face you, so your hands are free and you can interact with him. And though we got it out and we put it on, and of course already his head was over the maximum height for head height. Highly recommend that if you're taking a small baby, probably under 3 months, on a trip. And once we got to New York, he was a champ. The craziest day we had was our last day. Peter had a meeting at YouTube Space, and so we went to Bryant Park. Ashland and I walked there, and all of a sudden it started raining a little, so I thought, let's go into the public library and get away. And there was a kids room, and we looked at some baby books, and we were there for a few hours. Well, then we got stranded there because it was dumping rain. So Peter met us at the library and we kind of waited out the storm, and then we had a friend who lives in New York who was meeting us for dinner. So she actually came all the way to the library, and then we had to get about 10 blocks. And I had just been on a walk with him, so I didn't bring his car seat base, so we didn't have a way to get in a cab, so we had to weather the storm. At first it was fine, and we're used to rain. Oregonians can handle rain, but then it was crazy, thunder, lightning, so we decided to just go for it. And I actually had a leftover black trash bag that we hadn't used, so we opened the trash bag a little bit more and put it over his stroller, and then kind of made a run for it. Peter maneuvered the stroller while Stacy and I just ran through the city, and we were soaked to our skin, and there was crazy thunder and lightning and sirens and the loud city, and of course Ashland was asleep the entire time. He doesn't even know the crazy adventures that we had. So we know our son's an easy traveler, but that's just for now, and we've been really taking him out and about, and he's been meeting a lot of people, and he hasn't really established a schedule yet, which I'm trying to do in the evenings. Usually he goes down between 8, 9, or 10, but I'm going to try to establish more of a schedule so we can get into a routine. The traveling made things a little difficult, although he slept fairly well on our trip. The last few nights he's been on and off. One night he slept 5 hours and 5 hours, which is amazing, and just woke up once in the night to nurse. But last night he went down about 10 and then was up at midnight, 2, 4, 6. So I'm a little bit tired today because there was a lot of waking up last night. That's one thing I would say is travel, take him out to restaurants, do all the things that you want to do now. This is the time to really do that, because you know, as he gets older, even in the next few months as we establish a routine, our lives will revolve around his schedule rather than he kind of comes along with what we're doing within reason. Another thing I've been doing that has been really fun is speaking in Spanish with Ashland. So what I've been doing is speaking in Spanish to Ashland when I'm alone with him. So when it's just he and I'm speaking completely in Spanish the entire time. I know now he's not really picking up on words quite yet, but I'm just going to establish this as a routine, so when we're together I'm speaking in Spanish, and when he's with Peter they're speaking in English, of course, and then when the three of us are together we speak English because that's our family language. So I'm not sure how it'll work, and I'll get back to you once he starts developing words and see his reactions and see if he's acknowledging those Spanish words. But you know, their brains are little sponges the younger they are, and we hope to put him in a Spanish immersion school in 1st grade. So I'd like to expose him as much as I can to Spanish at home. I'd actually love to hear from more of you if any of you have a bilingual household or speak multiple languages at home. It would be so great to hear how you do it and what your feedback is about teaching your child to pick up on that language, and any tips would be appreciated because I'm kind of new at this and I'm just figuring it out. I'm also wanting to do baby sign with Ashland. I've used All Done a little bit, and he always looks at my hands when I do it, but I'm wanting to learn so I know exactly what I'm doing with him and read up on that too. Do any of you do baby sign with your kiddos? I would love to know, and just love to get feedback on how you do it. So I've loved hearing comments from those of you who are parents, and I've heard some of you share your birth stories with me, and it means so much to me. And I really hope I can encourage you to share more about your kiddos, because it's the most fun thing to talk about. I think those of us who are parents know, you know, your life changes and your child becomes the most important thing in your life. And you know, it's something you want to talk about all the time. They're always on your mind, and even when you're not with them, you're thinking about them. Peter and I went to a movie the other day, and my parents watched Ashland. Right as the movie's ending, I was like itching to get out of there. I really missed him. I find that the more and more time I spend with him, I'm just never want to let him go. Peter's that way too. He works a lot, so he's, you know, able to see him multiple times during the day because he works at home, which is so wonderful. But some days he's in the studio almost all day, so he only sees Ashland maybe in the morning and at night. And I notice other days when he gets to spend a lot of hours just playing and then being together that he even is more connected. Dads, I would encourage that too. I know at times it's tricky to feel connected to your baby, especially when they're younger and they're not reacting to you as much. But I would say that if you just engage them and look in their eyes and really talk to them, even if you feel like, oh, they're too young, they don't know me, or they don't understand, it's really good to talk to your baby and engage in conversations, even narrating what you're doing. I've now noticed Peter saying that, okay, we're gonna go downstairs now and I'm gonna pick you up and then we're gonna do this. And it's just good to engage your child no matter what age and really get that conversation going. All in all, I still have to say Ashland is the best and most amazing thing that's ever happened to us, and we're so, so fortunate that we have a healthy baby in our lives, and just say constant prayers for him. And we just feel so blessed by all the support we have still. My mom is watching him right now so I can get some work done today, and we just feel so lucky to have wonderful grandparents in town, and Peter's sister and mom are only a few hours away, so we've had some wonderful family support, and they continue to be there for us. And he's fun to be around, so it's so wonderful that our family loves to spend time with him. Who knows, as he gets older and goes into the terrible twos, as they call it, I hope that he's still a delight, because he's so much fun right now. Well, I think that's about it. There's been a lot going on in our lives, and Ashland is just growing and developing so much that it's so fun to share. Can't wait to update you with more in the next couple months, as he's just gonna keep growing, I know. And it was so wonderful to meet many of you at VidCon. Thank you for coming up and saying hello to us, and those of you who are still sending things to Ashland and to us, we're so appreciative. We've been receiving some beautiful blankets and things you've knit for him, and we're overwhelmed by it. It's so thoughtful of you, and we feel the love, and we're very appreciative. Thanks again for watching and supporting, and I'm working on another music video already, so if you hadn't seen Somewhere, that's my most recent video, you can check it out here from West Side Story, and I will see you next week with another vlog. Alright, bye everyone!